Best part about winning this award?
Best part about winning this award. It's funny. I was looking over the list of writers who have won this award, and it really is a prestigious list of names and writers who I really have been major influences on my work, and to be listed amongst those names is really special.
How surprised are you by the way this film has resonated amongst audiences?
How am I surprised by how it's resonated with audiences? I had no idea how much the movie would connect with people. I mean, because it's so personal to me and the guys, there was Seth and Evan, especially, who I made it with, that we really had no idea how audiences were reacting. And the most validating part of making this movie, I would say, has been how it has really touched people and connected with people, and especially just people who have been affected by cancer, who can really relate to it, and that's been really nice.
Is there any stories you've heard from anybody who saw the movie?
Any stories I've heard from people? Yeah, there's one story in particular. There's a guy I met on a press tour. Seth and I went to a benefit where we screened 50/50, a cancer benefit, and a guy came up to me afterwards and he said, "My stepfather died of cancer, lung cancer, 20 years ago, and my mother has not been able to talk about it, has not talked about it once, and after seeing the movie, she was able to talk about it for the first time." And that really just touches me, that the movie can have that profound of an effect on someone.
Well, what is the significance of winning a Spirit Award above all others?
I think it's really, winning the Spirit Award is really special. I think that, these are, a lot of the movies that are being honored tonight are movies that, I think independent film to me is about telling really great stories with about real people and great characters and great acting, and I feel like there's not a lot of room for these kinds of movies. And it seems like there's less and less room for films like these, and I think it's really awesome that there is an event where these films are honored. And these are the films that I grew up wanting to make, and that I now aspire, that I want to continue making. And it's nice to know that there is a community of like-minded people.
So what's next for you?
I am currently writing a movie. It's inspired by a vacation I took with my grandmother when I was 14. Just she and I, we went to Jamaica and somehow ended up at a couple's resort. And she was also in the early stages of Alzheimer's, and I lost her. And that's sort of what the movie is about.
Is it a comedy? I mean,
it's the same as 50/50. It's dramatic and comedic. It's all, I mean, honestly, one of my favorite movies is Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore, and I think tonally it very much matches a film like that.
How do you balance that kind of comedy dramatic tone? Because it works perfectly at 50/50.
I don't know. It's just, I think it's really just about being, true to your characters and making sure that no joke is at their expense, and that, anything that they say, whether it's funny or dramatic, it just feels like something they would say, and I think that's sort of what I stick to.
Does the movie have a title yet?
Does it have a title? No.
How many rewrites?
We'll have a title before it comes out, though.
How many rewrites did you do from the first to the final?
For 50/50.
For 50/50, yeah.
Oh man, I don't know. The structure of the movie stayed almost the same, but within it, I don't know. It's just I rewrote it probably over little draft. I rewrote probably dozens of little rewrites, and then probably 5 or 6 big rewrites over the course of 3 years. Yeah.
Taking the film from a screenplay and then finally seeing it visualized in the film, was there anything that surprised you that maybe expanded on your vision from the screenplay when it became an actual movie?
I have to say, having written the movie and then having been on, I was on set every day, and still, in spite of that, when I watched the first cut, I had this weird reaction where I the movie, it felt so real, and the characters felt so genuine, and the performances were so incredible that I really like couldn't recognize the words that I wrote because they felt so true to the characters, and that was really, I was not, and I had, you know, I've never written a movie, so I didn't know what to expect, and that was a really strange but cool, it's sort of like, you know, the movie lived in my head for so long that it was really nice that it was sort of, you know, there was space for something else.